Thoughts on the overall team's performance?
Yeah, we wanted a few of those points back, I think, and I'm really proud of us for the way we fought in the second set. And I think if we could have started the third set with a bit more of that, could have changed the pace of the game. Just got in a few slumps. Didn't mean that we did bad stuff all around. It just, it's very hard to come back when you take a few points off. So I think you just gotta get back fighting. We did a lot of really good things tonight to be proud of. So focus on that and keep moving forward.
Eddie White, Embers Nest podcast. Speaking of things to be proud of, Grand Rapids at times this season has fallen short, in a 23-25 match, 22-25 scores such as that. Whereas in this one, obviously a huge rally, down 20-24 at one point in the second set, and then winning the challenge to keep that alive and then coming away with the victory. What does that say about the team's mentality at this point in the season?
I think it just says that we're never counting ourselves out. We're always trying to fight, always trying to keep ourselves in games and not give up. So really proud of us. We practice those situations in practice all the time where we're down a few points or you need to get a few points in a row and win on defense. So I think it's a really important skill to be able to hold your serve, play some defense behind our really, big block at times. So yeah, I thought that was a huge confidence booster.
In this one, you did lead the Grand Rapids Rise with 47 swings, and you hit 277, 19 digs to go along with that. How does digging go along with the rest of your game?
I think just to me, defense is always been one of my favorite things because you can control effort, and defense often feels, like a effort-based thing. Once you're in the right spot, just have to hustle. We have a really good block. It's easy to play defense around, I think. So we've got some, between all of our middles, all four of them got to play tonight. Our two right sides, both setters are good at blocking. So I think for me, it just means making a good read over them. And if they touch the ball, being ready to run it down. They got some really good touches tonight.
So overall, did you like the fans' energy in the game when you guys were rallying in the second set and the fans got more excited, especially with the flags? They had the flags raising in the banners.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really fun comeback. It was, again, I wish we could have started the third set a little better after doing that because we had a bunch of confidence, but the fans were amazing and they really gave us a lot of energy in those moments and kept believing in us because we were down 4 points and they didn't count us out either. That means a lot to us.
Short turnaround in this one. You have to play Indy on Saturday. What's key to coming back after this loss and earning a win this weekend?
Yeah, I think taking some of the good stuff we did. I thought we ended up doing a good job with some small ball situations. I thought we controlled their hitters really well. Like they have some really good pins, and we held Leah to a number that she doesn't usually hit, and we also held Beeson to a number lower than her average. So I think being really proud of that. Like we clearly did some very good stuff defensively. So just clicking on offense and trying to take that into our next match.
I would say Grand Rapids does have a defensive identity. You've held several teams this season too. I believe their season lows in hitting. What do you think the offensive identity of this team is?
Yeah, at the moment, I think we could try to take a little bit something from our defense and like funnel that aggressive energy into our offense. I think we have a very good offensive identity when we're passing the ball well, and we can, like every team, when the ball is a little bit out of system and on defense it normally is, take some better swings, make some smarter decisions. Morgan Hentz is one of the best liberos in the league, so she takes up about half the court over there, makes it kind of hard to find space. So working around her and working with their block and just being really aggressive. Yeah.
Eddie White, Embers Nest podcast. In this one, you come off the bench, and at points in the season, you've started as well. And so, can you speak a little to how you've been able to contribute to the team in a variety of different situations?
The past couple weeks have been interesting just because I've been on the right side for a couple games, and now I was out for a little bit, so I wanted to step up and do everything I could to help the team. And I think at the time I was on the right for a bit and just learning a lot as a player from being on the right, and that's been helping me too. And now that I'm on the left, I just want to do everything I can to help the team and create a spark for everyone.
Would you say you prefer the right or the left, or it doesn't matter?
I prefer the left just because I've been playing it for so long, but yeah, whenever they need me, I'll help out.
Fran Stutch by Our Sports Central. What's your thoughts on the team's overall performance, especially that rally in the second set where you guys were down 4 points? and won that set.
Yeah, we came back, and I think that the Atlanta is a really talented team. They were so scrappy the whole time, and they made a lot of good defensive plays when we thought we got a kill, that they just had an arm out and got some really good touches. So I think they really were scrappy, and I think we kind of just were flat in certain times, and I think we just needed to have some more energy in those moments.
In this one, you do hold Atlanta to 186 overall hitting percentage. You held Leah Edmond to 122. So as a team, defensively, a very good effort. Offensively, hit 177. What would you say the offensive identity of this team is, of Grand Rapids?
The offensive identity is, it's a great question. I think speed is our advantage, and being able to work in different lanes, especially on the BIC. We're kind of doing a pitchfork over the middle, and so I think just creating lanes so that the blockers are just overloaded, and August is so aggressive as a setter, so you just have to respect her. So I think having a lot of options and different ways to create routes has been important to us, and obviously staying high and fast, that's one of our key points that we have to focus on.
In this one, you came in second on the team behind Elena Ogilvie in digs, but you passed her in this one, so now you're number one on the team in digs. Normally when I think of your game, I think of a lot of setting, but how does defense play a part in what you do?
I think defense also gives me rhythm, so whether if I can give my attention to that, it gives me just a little bit more of like momentum, and it gives courage to everybody else too, that like, okay, this ball's not gonna fall, so we can just keep going. So yeah.
Would you say then that your defense helps make your setting, your offense easier?
100%. I think right now we've got a lot of options because we're running the 6-2, so I get to focus more on like my defense, and so that fuels a lot of my game, and yeah, just creates good momentum.
Fran Sushbury, Sports Central, how do you feel about the team's overall performance against the Vibe?
We did some good things tonight. I think we kind of got down on ourselves too early and put a lot of pressure, not realizing that we're still in it. Every point, it's just 1 point. There's no like huge momentous thing with it. So.
In the second set, when Atlanta appeared to score the match or the game-winning point, you went right to the referee right away. What was that discussion like?
So there was a call that it went off at Naya after Leah swiped it out of bounds, and it in fact did not touch Naya, so it was our point. And so it was just kind of like another like injustice feeling, so I have to fight for that. But I think that gave me, again, momentum to go back on the serving line and just kind of play fearless. So.
Would you say that that's kind of your role as like the court captain to stick up for the team?
100%, and I think it like lets other people feel like they can make mistakes or like play a little bit more free, because it's not like we have to play so precise. Like, no, we're gonna fight for the things that we know. So.
In this one, you had 28 assists to go along with 19 digs, but Cameron Turner got some action as well. She had 20 assists to go with 4 digs. What can you say about her performance and what she brings to the offense and the defense? It's
awesome to be able to have both of us. Just, we are competitive for defense, offense. Like, she got her points today too, and she's also running a really good offense. So it's just, it gives the teams another look to not have to worry about one setter, but now 2 setters. Like, good luck.
Coach, in this one, a tough loss to the Atlanta Vibe, 3-1. Grand Rapids came into this match as the best blocking team in the PBF. Statistically, Atlanta came into this match the worst blocking team statistically in the PBF. And in this one, they finished with 14 blocks, Grand Rapids with 11. What did they present today from a defensive standpoint that was maybe different than what you had seen, or maybe they didn't?
Oh, no, they did. They're always a good blocking team. Leah Edmonds probably one of the best blockers in the league, and so she's done a great job with that. But that stat kind of is weird to me to see that. But I do think that they're a very good blocking team, but they're a very good defensive team, and so they kind of forced us into some situations that we probably didn't want to be in. But from our perspective, our defense, though, we held them, looking here at their attacking, we held them to 186. And I thought, that was partially through the blocks, not straight down blocks, because they grovel for points, right? So when we blocked balls, they were covering balls. And I think, they denied us some opportunities that we did have. we probably didn't cover as well as they did, in some of those situations. And you have to kind of get the back of your hitters, and I think we could have maybe gotten a few of those back. But as it is, it's a well fought game, and we did some really really good things, but maybe not at the exact times that we needed to do them. So to close it out.
France Touch by Our Sports Central. How'd you like the team rallying in the second set, down numerous points to end up winning it? To get the momentum back.
I loved that they were just chipping away at it, and they didn't say, "Oh, we're done now." They continued to chip away, and we saw ourselves put ourselves right back in, and then close it out. So loved that fight. I saw that kind of ebb and flow a little tonight, and so we've got to make sure that we're bringing that in every point of every game. And Atlanta does a lot of good things. They're really fast, and they were really answering. Defensively, I thought they did a great job. Morgan Hentz, one of the best in the league. I mean, she played with our national team. Just a wonderful player and Libero of the Year last year. Leah Edmond was the Player of the Year last year. They have two pretty storied players, and they did a great job. Which we needed to limit them a little bit more. But Morgan was digging everything. I don't know what she ended up with dig-wise, but she really did have herself a night at 28 digs. So that kind of tells you a lot right there. We just weren't putting the ball down, and she was part of the reason for that.
You just mentioned Diggs, and Morgan Hentz had 20 for Atlanta, but the Diggs were pretty numerous for Grand Rapids as well.
Yeah.
Carly Snyder had 19.
Yeah.
Roski had 19, and then Ogilvy had 11. And then Nia Shimei had 10. So, I mean, what can you say about your team's own performance, really spreading out the wealth as far as the Diggs went?
Yeah, I thought, especially like Carly stuck out to me a lot. She was really there handling those digs well and putting them into positions to be set and that type of thing. So I liked the fact that we were groveling defensively. And that's what you've got to do against a team that is so they're so athletic and so physical, and so needed to make sure that we handle the ball where we can and put ourselves in a position to score.